the audio. All right, welcome. Welcome, my friends. Sunday open house live here, 133 Bannock Lane in Stratford, Connecticut. All right, welcome. Welcome, my friends. Sunday open house live here, 133 Bannock Lane in Stratford, Connecticut. I'm trying to shut it off now. So that's me shutting it off. Come on. Yeah, we know. So, okay, we're here. Let me just turn the volume down a touch here because I think we're getting a little peak. Let's just go to 1. There we go. So, any questions that you may have about Connecticut real estate, make sure you reach out. I'd like to do a little Ask the Agent today. And the way that works is while you're here, you ask me a few questions. Anything that you could think of real estate related, any questions about buying real estate, selling real estate. I did want to share a couple of real estate war stories with you today as well. This property right here, 629.9, the story about how we acquired this, oh man, it took so much longer, and this is what I just wanted to share with you. Real estate, you have no control over when these transactions actually come to fruition. Sometimes you think you have a closing date and then weeks or months go by. I got a property right now that's been in contract and ready to close for 2 months. It's supposed to close tomorrow. Let's see if that happens. But for the last 2 months, every single day, I'm like, wow, maybe it's tomorrow. Let's see what happens on that one. But this one here was a VA purchase, Veterans Association, Administration, whatever it's called, Veterans Affairs. They owned this property. And in order to buy a government property or government owned, the hurdles that they make you jump over, it's not anything I'd suggest unless you really want a unit. My clients really wanted to update this because this is the style of unit that they like to pick up and flip. Big open family room, wide open kitchen. I'll see if I can walk you through as well. I don't have the gear I typically have in order to make that easy, but anyway, hoping you guys may have a couple of questions for me. This week I plan on going live and bringing you some more valuable advice from the streets. So if you've been interested in that, I will be doing another market report all across Fairfield County that takes me about a full day to shoot, and then obviously all the time to edit it and create all the graphics. So if you're out there, say hello. This is the Discover Connecticut channel, and my name is Mark Pires. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker. My goal is to try to give people the best possible service and solid advice while they're going through the process of home ownership or selling a home. This is something you only do every 7 to 10 years. So you should rely on somebody who does this every day. Ask the questions because we all have them. I have questions sometimes and I'm like, hey, that hasn't come up in the 18 years I've been doing this. So, you have conversations in the office, speak to my manager, that type of thing. But in general, most of the things that you're going to come across or questions you have, I have dealt with. And I can give you some really solid advice on how to handle it. So, it's a little slow right now, hoping to get a few more people here. Nobody's pulling up. Beautiful unit, updated, bottom up, brand new white oak floors. These are 4-inch floors. You know why I like this? Most of the people come in here and they sand the floors and they just refinish them. But this is like the way you want it, where every detail's been redone. It's a brand new unit. The only thing that hadn't been worked on, you can't touch the exterior of a condo, but the inside, every single detail, every surface has been refurbished or completely renovated. Anyway, so I'm gonna hang out, hopefully get a couple more people here to sell this to. We need to sell this unit. I was hoping it would be today, but it's been a little slow. I got a call from a couple other agents that are doing open houses here too, and they said it's been a little slow today. So we'll see how that goes. Plan on being back next week. I have an agent who's covering one of the open houses for me, and then I'll be here myself as well next weekend. So if you do want to come and visit this one, stop over and see it. Let me see, maybe I should walk you guys around and show you a few details. What do you say? Interested? Because nobody's here. I was hoping to have a couple of visitor conversations, reactions, that type of thing. So quick overview. This is a very interesting market we're in right now. Inventory, if it's priced right, is flying off the shelves still. And if it's not priced right, it's sitting. And so I think in general, it's something important you need to know when people consider a price to list their house at. If you're not getting your house sold, and people are coming through and they're leaving you feedback like, oh, I don't like the kitchen, or, I need more room, or I have to paint everything over, which, by the way, most people paint a house they're going to buy, so that's not really much of a concern. But if they have a complaint or something they mention and they have no offer for you, they're talking about price. And I know a lot of people say, well, I think my price is right. Well, you have to look at the feedback you're getting. If you're not getting offers and people are saying things like paint, bathrooms, space, location, these are all price. Just replace that word with price, whatever it is. Because if you bring your price to a number that works for them, they will forget about all of those issues, all of their concerns. Oh, I have to redo the kitchen. Well, that's price. Because if you have the right price, they don't mind redoing their kitchen. I have to redo that bathroom. There's that one bathroom over there. Okay, well, price. So take your feedback from the buyer pool and understand almost every time you hear something, it's related to price. And if it's not, you would have sold the house already. That's just a fact of the market that we're currently in. Homes that are priced accordingly, are priced aggressively, are selling immediately. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen houses that are priced just a touch higher than they should be, and then they don't sell. And someone who was a little more aggressive and put that carrot out there. You always want to put the carrot out there, especially in a market that's moving. The worst thing you could do in a market that's moving is price your house too high. There's no such thing as pricing your house too low. I keep telling you, I can't wait for one seller to say, Mark, you know what? Let's do what you want. Let's price this thing for $1. Let's let a market be a market, and let's see where we are at the end. We do a 2-week sale at $1, no reserve. Guarantee you get more than you would if you picked the price. And you're like, oh, let me know what you think. So in general, there's a human response that takes place when a price is too good to be true. It goes out into the universe and everybody wants it. So if you're in that scenario where you're offering an opportunity for someone to jump on it, they think, well, if I get there quick enough, or if I go a little bit over, maybe I'll get it. Now you get 10 people that are feeling the same thing. That's the market I want to be in. I don't want to be in a market where I price here to get here. I want to be in the market where I price here and I get here. So where you go in, where you position, it's important, but more important to pay attention to what's happening in the marketplace around you. If you're seeing other people trade and you're not, it's price. That's all it is. There's nothing else it could be, because every single word, every single complaint, every single critique should just be replaced with the word price. Everybody forgets about every concern when the price is right. Just a reality of it. Anyway, anybody out there with questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I have Facebook Live right now, so I could see any comments that come through. If you could hit the like, I really appreciate it. The more interaction we get, the more people that will join us for this. I'm going to see if I can go over to YouTube in a minute, see if we're live over there. In fact, maybe I should do that now. Let's see. I see someone's kicking it with me over here on Facebook. If you want to say hello, I'd appreciate that. Hello. And I'm just going to run over to Facebook or to YouTube and see who's on with us, if we're even live. No, this is saying upcoming, so that didn't work. That's too bad. So yeah, it didn't work. Didn't run over to my main channel. Let's see if I get over to Discover Connecticut. Maybe we're live on this channel. We should be. We should be live on all these channels. I don't know why. Lately, when I go live from my cinema gear, yeah, we're live on Discover Connecticut. That's good. Anna Treos. Okay, so I have a question here from Anna Treos. I saw this home in Catherine, Maine, a 1776 home, but it needs lots of work. Plus asking price is steep at $299. 17 acres? I wish it would be about 125, 120 though, because of how much to upgrade. This is a very interesting one. I'm going to share this with Anna Treos. Most times, houses are already priced accordingly. So if you find something, for example, that's $299,000, but it needs a lot of work, that's the reason it's $299,000. If you take a look in that general area and you find another property that's got 15 to 17 acres and it's in better condition, you'll see that that price is much higher. So what happens is, and we all coach our clients to understand this, is price your house accordingly. When someone comes into my listings and they say, oh, I got to do the kitchen over. Again, this is all price related, right? We just talked about this. I got to do the kitchen over. I got to do the bathroom over. I got to paint everything. I got to refinish the floors. So I'm going to take all of that off of the list price. Well, you can't do that because all of that has already been taken off the list price. That's why we're priced where we are. We're priced accordingly because the bathroom, the kitchen, all the floors, everything has to be redone. If you put all those figures in there and then you put that house with all those things done on the market, you're not at $299. You're at like $550, $600. So your benefit is getting it at $299 before having to put that sweat equity in, because most likely it's not going to cost you $250,000 to do the work, but you will see that type of improvement on value by improving those items. So you may spend $100, $120 on the renovation, but that could be worth $250,000 to $300,000 to the market itself. Remember, the easier it is for someone to move in and drop their things, the more money you're going to see in your pocket at closing. So hopefully that helps you, Anna. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. I wish we were live on my other channel. I don't know why. If you do come across this, please, again, hit the like, leave a comment. Let's interact. The more interaction we have here, the more people will find the Discover Connecticut channel, and they'll connect with the information we're providing on a daily. So I think that's basically it. I'm going to quickly go back to Facebook, see if anybody else is on with us. Please leave a comment or ask me any questions you may have. This is an Ask the Agent segment, and if you haven't seen any of the content I've been dropping, I try to put a piece of valuable advice out every single day. You know, how to sell your house fast in the holiday season, how to buy a home in this time of the year. It's going to be something that relates to the current market that we're in. I'm not talking in generalities. I mean, sometimes I'll give you a generality, you know, like how you can pick up a house in any market. You know, when you're in a market like we are today, you want to make sure that your offer is considered in that last moment. I have a property that's closing in a few weeks that I put on the market and sold within 6 days. Multiple offers, absolutely stunning home, and people fought over it at the end. And you want that, because the more people that fight over your property, the higher the value will be at the end and the better the terms. Just for an example, the people that are coming away with this home, originally it was a mortgage. Originally it was, there was an inspection contingency. Originally there's a mortgage contingency as well as a mortgage. Because sometimes we'll have people say, hey, I'm getting a mortgage, but there's no contingency on that. I got a couple of those going on. But no contingencies eventually. And the only reason this happens is they come in with this. And then there's another offer that comes in. And then another offer comes in. And when I go back to them and say, we're doing best and final, just to the 3 parties that have offers on the table, there's 2 ways to do this. There's many ways to do this. But you can either go to the entire market and say, hey, best and final, Monday at 5. Or you can strategically tell them the offers on the table, the serious people who want that house, hey, you know what? We're making it best and final between you 3. You got a 33% chance of winning this. When I'm going into, I have no idea how many offers there are scenario, which happens almost all the time in this market, where my buyers are like, can you find out some information? How many offers do they have? What will they accept? We never know these answers. But when someone comes to me, we put an offer in and they say, look, we're doing a best and final just between you and the other 2 parties. I like my chances. And so we laid it out. Best and final for the 3 of you. And what do you know, guys? I get an offer from that first party, no contingencies, all cash. They went from mortgage and an inspection contingency to all cash, close as soon as my clients are willing to close. You couldn't get easier. And that all happens because of the strategy behind getting that carrot out there first and then getting people to fight over that property and then pay over the asking price. It's hard to get someone to pay over asking price when it's overpriced. It's only when you're underpriced or to the market, they consider you to be underpriced, that you will see that reaction from the entire buyer pool. It goes into the universe. It's really a thing. I know, I don't know how to explain this, but something goes out into the universe and every buyer is like, antennas up, there's value, let me go buy that property before somebody else. That's the goal. That's my goal as a realtor, is to create that momentum to say, I want that house. The value's really fantastic right now. I'm going to beat everybody else to it. Let me go there. Let me call that agent. Let me get my agent to call that agent, whatever it is. Let's start this process before somebody else muddies it up. And that's what happens most times, is somebody muddies up the scenario, and you'll find that second offer puts some confidence into the seller's, into the seller's wings, and they're thinking to themselves, maybe we can get more. You know, we have 2 offers now. Maybe we should wait for the 3rd. So timing is very important. Can't tell you the amount of times my clients have beat everybody else just by being quick, knowing what they want, and getting that offer in on the table. So another quick story I want to share with you. This is a crazy one. So I got a property right now. It's in Hamden, Connecticut. You guys may have seen this property. I made a video for it. And it needs a ton of work. It needs everything, really. But it's by Quinnipiac. It's a 4-bedroom home, 2 baths, and you have the ability to renovate the 3rd floor and put another bathroom in there. And you could turn this into a 6-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms and maybe a kitchenette on the second 2 floors and a kitchen in the first. I mean, you could make this place amazing. But it's going to require like $250,000 to do this. So I make my videos, and if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen any of my videos yet, I try to make them entertaining. I try to appeal to the buyer pool and get them excited about it and say, yeah, I could see this opportunity. What we're trying to do is shine a light on the opportunity. So I do that with this property. Now, something you may or may not know about Facebook is when I post a story, you're able to see who checks out your stories. So you go in there and you put your story up, and a couple hours later, I'll go in there and I'll see how many people have viewed it, and you click on it and you can see who's seen your story, which is kind of cool. And I noticed that my client's son looked at the video I made of the property, and I'm like, that's interesting. 20 minutes later, I get a call from my client saying, we can't sell the house, we're gonna renovate it, and we're gonna flip it, we're gonna renovate it, and we're gonna rent it. Oh, like, all this crazy stuff came out. Obviously, my content was so good that they were thinking maybe we should keep the property. Now, this isn't the first time I heard this. I had another client who I made a video for. They go, your video is so great, it makes me want to keep my home. And I'm like, no, that's not the point of my videos. My videos are to try to inspire that type of excitement and interest in all the other buyers. So you can move the property that you had a plan to move in the first place. Yeah, you bought the property because you loved it. And you could find many things that'll make you want to keep your property. I'm trying to highlight those fantastic differentiators. We're looking for features. And when I find them in a property, I'm highlighting them in order to inspire the buyers, not to inspire the sellers to keep their homes. So if you do hire me, keep in mind, I'm going to make you an amazing video for your property, but it's not so you want to keep that home. You should hopefully watch that video years later and say, this was cool, I own this property, and it was pretty cool that Mark made it for me. But remember, my video is intending to capture that and inspire that in somebody else, not in you. So I thought that was a pretty funny thing. Got that sold just the other day, and I heard it again from hey, I don't think we want to sell. And you know, you're already in contract. At this point, you know, you had to own the property for many years. And this is the way I feel about it too. If you own a property and you have the ability to renovate it and see a higher value come to you at the sale, you should do that up front. Don't do it when you need to sell. It's gonna be harder to do that. You do it when you don't need to sell. So you get everything up and running, and then you're like, hey, you know what, I need to sell in April. So you do it now. So you're not rushing and making mistakes in the process. So just a little side note on that. So I had to laugh because these videos, like I said, to me, I'm trying to capture new buyers. But I never thought about the idea that I may convince people to say, oh, I love that. Why am I selling it? So anyway, I just thought you may get a kick out of that one. Anybody out there, I'm going to see if we're dealing with anybody on Facebook at all or anywhere else. Kim Williams in the house. Guys, if you missed it, we did a couple of features on Kim Williams' amazing property in Clinton, Connecticut, dealing with nefarious investors. Such a sweet woman. She introduced us also we were featured in a magazine, Cruise News, Connecticut Cruise News, because I think Kim and her boss had a conversation. I met her boss. He was on the show. It was really awesome. He was so cool. He goes, look, I'll feature what you're doing. This is cool. You're doing something for the community. And you know, honestly, this is what life is about. Like, I don't know anybody in order to take this show to the level that it should go, which is to be out there at every event, to be at every different news story and broadcasting live to you and sharing some information about what's happening. It's a real estate show, but really it's a community show. So music, arts, you know, marathons, whatever that's happening in Fairfield County, I'd love to cover on Discover Connecticut. I feel like that's part of the real estate aspect. You move to Connecticut to know and to be a part of all the different events and activities. So I want to highlight all those events and activities. I want to be at every grand opening and just interview the owner. We're here to support small business. That's what my business is. It's a small business. I'm a realtor. I'm relying on you guys to keep me in mind whenever somebody you know needs to buy or sell real estate. And I hope you'll consider that. I show up every day in order to give you some information and some advice in order to keep top of mind for you whenever that occasion comes up. You're at a cocktail party, you're at a Christmas party, and someone says, you know, we're thinking about selling your house. You know, why don't you at least give this guy a call? He's going to create a piece of content. You may not want to sell your house after he does, but that's how good it's going to be. You know, we're using the best equipment that money can buy. And if you're out here and you're in one of these properties, you can take out your iPhone, you could shoot it, or you could shoot it cinema style. We do a little of both, trying to at least keep the process going here. We can't shoot everything cinema. We are today, though. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. I don't know if there's anything else I could share here. Let me grab my coffee. Yes. So we're dealing with basically last couple minutes of the open house here. Nobody showed up since I went live, which is unfortunate. 3:35, guys. 3:35. Now I'm curious, does this look too dark? I mean, honestly, this is cinema, baby. You know, this is cinema. I gotta say, I'm happy because for a while, every time I go live with the cinema camera, the LUT that comes through, if you're not familiar with these terms, sorry, but a LUT, L-U-T, is the color profile that you shoot at. And since I've gone live with this gear, it's always very flat. Like it looks like almost raw, like you can't even see color. Like I'm wearing blues and it's like really, really dull. So I just figured out the other day how to upload new LUTs. So we're currently using a LUT that actually reflects my skin tone and my color of my outfit, usually when I have my glasses on, etc. Those things should pop a little more than they have in a while. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys see a difference, if it looks good, but this, without having to go and edit, should look pretty close to color corrected. And I'm not sure how the depth of field is and anything like that, but this should have that cinema vibe to it, you know, the warmth. So, should I show you guys the kitchen? Let's see that. Let me just take this off of me for a second. Alrighty. All right. All right, so kitchen, 133 Bannock. Somebody's here. Maybe they're coming in. That'd be nice. We've had no visitors since I went live. Love to have a conversation with somebody, see what they think of 133 Bannock. You know, this is actually the second person I saw pull up, and then I have no idea where the heck they went. Oh, here they are. Let me move the camera out. Hey, how are you? How you doing? Good, thanks for coming by. If you guys want to sign in real quick and then take a walk through. You're looking for your parents?
Yeah.
Well, you're good.
55 plus, right?
This is, yeah. Well, you're good, good kids to help your parents. It's a great community.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
My father lives in.
Oh, okay.
My father lives in Stratford.
Oh, he does? Okay. You you work for Ford?
I do, and I'm also an agent in Massachusetts.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Very cool. I got a Ford Mach-E.
Yeah. You like it?
No. You know what? I like it now, but like the first year it was in the shop, like they never could figure out what was wrong with it. And I'd be like, hey, can you guys fix this? They're like, well, we have one tech for the entire state. and no one knew how to fix it because like it's modules.
Yeah.
And they're like, we fix combustion engines, you know, like what is this, you know? So it was kind of a nightmare. But since they got these issues, I was like a lemon, and then it turned out like I got 177,000 miles in that car. It's not bad, and the original brakes. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So it's kind of, there's some positives to it. So yeah, this unit was completely updated from the bottom up. Floors, I mean, are brand new. Everything's brand new in this unit. The units in this complex are now trading around 650, close to 650. And that was most of the reason is because of our units. My parents have been renovating in here for about 6 years now. But they renovated and built homes for the last 35 years in Fairfield County, Greenwich, New Canaan, Darien. Right. And so when they moved here, they're like, no one's doing the work we did down in, you know, Darien and stuff like that. What would this be like if they did? And it's not that much more, but hardwood floors, opening everything up so you have a little bit more of a flow, you know? Yeah. And so that's kind of become the new norm, as you'll see a lot of people following and copying these concepts that they started doing a few years back. But that's then brought the values up. But we're being very, very, I'd say, conservative about it, because we could have said, okay, 650, but we said 629.9. We'd rather sell the unit, get a good buyer in here, you know, and you get to see the extra value. This corner unit here is pretty neat. It's called a, you know, you've seen these Lazy Susans that spin. This one comes out like a Lazy Susan. It's kind of cool. So isn't that cool? Like 2 levels and kind of like that. And then everything's self-closing. And yeah, walk around. Let me know if you have any additional questions.
Perfect, thank you.
For sure. How long have you guys been in Trumbull? Whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the Ileana Pascalides? Okay. Maybe he was older than you, but every time I meet someone from a town, I'm like, do you know John? Yeah. Kim, thank you for being here with me. Guys, I'm just live on like all my platforms too. Got to try to sell it some way.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to get an update from Kim actually on how things are going up in Clinton, and if everything was worked out with that nefarious loan that she was dealing with. You know, we were trying to see if we can get an investor for her. If you have not seen that episode, it was really cool. Did a walkthrough, walk around the property. Kim shared her story. It got some views on YouTube, and I was hoping it would have gotten millions of views, and we could have found hundreds of investors to try to help her with that. But unfortunately, I don't know how to get people to see my content. I just know how to create. So if you guys can interact, if you can engage, if you can share, you can like and comment, that does help us reach new people. So anyway, that's where we are right now. 3:42. We're getting close to the end of this open house. Let's see if anybody else is out there with any questions. I think we're losing some, doesn't seem like we're losing any frames, but it looks like it's jumping around a little bit. Let's see if anybody's here with me. Why couldn't we get, I can't figure out why my main channel on Mark Pires' YouTube has not been working whenever I go live. Let me see if I could share this link over there at least. Come on, dude. Let's switch channels. Oh no, we're in here, okay. Join me, we are live. All right, there we go. Let's see if at least some people from my YouTube channel join us over here. I'm gonna bring you guys back over here to the kitchen area. So I feel like that's beautiful. Let's come in on this angle. Ooh. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
More people. Good.
Just a nosy neighbor coming over.
Oh, no worries.
How are you?
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Looks great.
Thank you. Thank you.
No bites yet?
Oh, it's first open house, you know. Somebody's here now, we'll see. We just need more people to come and see it. It's a great unit though.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate you coming by. Did you grab my card just in case if this doesn't work for you or anything else? I'll also flip it over. You'll see what I'm actually filming. I'm live right now on there.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. Take care. Nice to meet you. So, oh yeah, shouldn't we? I mean, these units all go very quickly that they put together. No. But it's easy to add that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, they another one down. Now we just as soon as we move this one, maybe we'll do another. We'll see.
Yeah.
How have you been? You enjoying your place?
Yeah. We're, well, I have the identical unit.
Yeah, I know.
Except I have a counter here.
You have a counter as well?
I have a counter here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you don't have the
They didn't
open.
open up the
Yeah,
wall.
it's all preference. You know,
But they did open up that. They left,
similar look with that.
no. This is not here.
Oh, so yours comes all the way up, or completely
No,
open?
go on.
Completely open.
Yeah.
So they moved this over to there?
Yep.
Okay, that was the other thought. They wanted to have a knee wall, but I kind of like it open, like
Oh,
the other
yeah,
side.
definitely
Yeah,
open.
but I like the closet here. That was a pretty cool thought. Yours is like that too. I like that.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah, I like the incorporating that into the wall.
Whoever did that, yeah. Where was that?
And there was actually an option to do it there too, but they put the
Where?
closet
Oh,
in.
here?
Yeah, you'll see the closets in there, but you could have done a double, but then you had to put another closet in there. So it works out. It looks good. Yeah.
It's about the same size. That's it.
I think it's big
Yeah,
enough.
the same size.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit wider.
Is it?
Not much, but maybe a little bit. Yeah.
See, downstairs I think is a little different than most. Let me know what you think. Yeah, the way they set the laundry and the bathroom at the back, I think is really nice.
Oh, you cut it up for me.
Yeah.
You do that or is it already cut up?
No, they opened it up. It's usually part of their gig. Yeah, they opened up to the left and then they put the transom on the right.
Yeah, ours is just wide open,
Yeah, that's nice.
which I kind of like in a way. But this is great.
I like having the set laundry room in the back. I think that's kind of cool.
I have laundry upstairs
Yeah, that's also nice too. You lose your space, yeah.
because I'm old.
Guys, this is what we do here. We show off a unit, try to sell it, you know. My battery's about to die, so this is probably going to be the end of the show. 33 minutes. I expected to do 20 maybe 10. If you had any questions that you didn't ask yet, please consider doing so. And if you guys can, subscribe, turn on all notifications, hit the like, leave a comment afterwards. Really appreciate it. The more you do that, the more I'll go live, right? Any other thoughts? No. If not, I will see you guys on the very next episode. Here from 133 Bannock Lane, Unit A, 629,900. Open house coming to an end. Just need to find a buyer. Need a few more people to see it in order to have that happen. So hopefully this week we have a bunch of showings. I mean, this is the first time it's been able to be seen. We had the cleaning crew here through yesterday, and I had to push off a couple of showings because of that. So this week will be our first real week of showing. Just want to see something here. I feel like we should be lower at this point because it's almost like early evening here. 4 o'clock, Connecticut. It's dark. It gets dark here. All right. I'm going to just sign off here, see who's on with me. If anybody. Let's see. Anybody here? Live chat. Anna Treos, thank you again for being here. You are awesome. Going over to YouTube, over to Facebook. Let's see who's on. Kim, thank you for hitting the like. You are awesome. So Kim still hasn't worked out a deal with on her place. Guys, if you are an investor or if you're somebody who's got deep pockets and you want to support a good cause, reach out to me so we could connect you with Kim Williams and see if we could help her save this amazing property. Go and see, I mean, we got the horses on there, showed you the water, the stone house. It's really something. And you could see that on YouTube if you go to Discover Connecticut. And hopefully we'll have a follow-up soon with Kim. Of course, the worst case scenario was if she did have to sell the place, that we would blow it out on Discover Connecticut, create a ton of content for her to get her the most money possible for her unit instead of selling it at a discount. So, of course, Kim knows if that ever did have to happen to call me, because I'll make sure she gets every penny out of that place if she needs to sell it, which would be a nightmare. It'd be great to keep that. The Windjammers should be there forever, just saying. All right. So that's it, my friends. Until the next episode, it's Mark Pires, your realtor with Coldwell Banker and Discover Connecticut, here to help you make smarter moves and help you buy some real estate, sell some real estate, you know. So reach out if you need anything, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Yeah.